After years away from Ubisoft games, I recently started playing The Division 2 and Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and it got me thinking. In an era where many games try to be as cinematic and movie-like as possible, these titles stand out by embracing what they are, just games, and in a way that feels like a breath of fresh air. Years ago, I got burnt out on the yearly releases of Assassin's Creed and Far Cry games, as they started to feel repetitive with little to no innovation. The pirate theme of Assassin's Creed 4 didn't really appeal to me, and Far Cry 4 felt almost identical to Far Cry 3. I remember being excited for Assassin's Creed Unity, only to be disappointed when it launched as a buggy mess. Over time, Ubisoft's formula became stale and predictable for me, and I lost interest in their games entirely. Modern gaming often focuses on cinematic storytelling and emotional depth. While this approach has led to some incredible experiences such as Red Dead Redemption 2, it can sometimes overshadow the fundamental joy of simply picking up and playing a game. Ubisoft, despite often getting heavy criticism, offers games that prioritize engaging gameplay loops over forced narratives. Take The Division 2 for example. It doesn't try to be a deep character-driven drama or anything like that. Instead, it's a third-person shooter with satisfying cover-based combat, fun co-op gameplay, and a world that feels immersive but doesn't demand players to engage with it on any serious or emotional level. Similarly, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, despite its rocky launch, provides a tactical shooter experience that rewards planning, experimentation, and teamwork. Neither game forces the player to sit through long cutscenes or overindulgent storytelling. They let gameplay take center stage. This design mentality of prioritizing playability over visual spectacle is something that often gets overlooked, in my opinion. Many gamers criticize Ubisoft for reusing open world formulas and filling their maps with icons and useless collectibles, but the reality is that these games are built for people who enjoy exploration, progression, and mechanically solid gameplay. Not every game needs to be some Oscar-worthy narrative experience. Sometimes it's enough for a game to just be fun, and that's something I think The Division 2 and Ghost Recon Breakpoint excel at. That's not to say Ubisoft games are perfect, far from it. The company has had missteps, from overly aggressive monetization to buggy releases. Their games can often feel very repetitive and formulaic. However, the core gameplay experiences they provide are often more engaging than what they get credit for, in my opinion. While some, including myself in the past, might dismiss their titles as repetitive, others find comfort in their consistency and the depth within their mechanics. While the predictable formulaic design can be exhausting to deal with, this commitment to a consistent formula has allowed Ubisoft to refine it over time, leading to a truly enjoyable experience like The Division 2. One of the biggest criticisms of Ubisoft is their reliance on live service models and microtransactions, to the point where it feels like you're being oppressed, like you want to play but the game is like just, it just makes you feel like you have to spend money. But yeah, it's true. Games like The Division 2, they have a storefront full of cosmetic items, and Breakpoint initially struggled with excessive monetization from what I understand. However, Ubisoft has shown they can listen to feedback. After its rocky launch, Breakpoint received multiple updates that refined the experience, adding fan-requested features like AI teammates and survival mechanics. This shows that while Ubisoft might make mistakes, they are willing to adjust their games based on community feedback, something that not every publisher does. In some ways, Ubisoft isn't all that different from other major publishers. Rockstar Games, for example, takes years to release a new game, but when they do, it's a massive cinematic experience like Red Dead Redemption 2. Ubisoft, on the other hand, releases games more frequently, prioritizing gameplay over long development cycles. But it seems like Ubisoft games often get unfairly dismissed simply because they stick to what works, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. In a day and age when many games are obsessed with trying to be cinematic, movie-like experiences, Ubisoft's approach feels like an unintentional counterpoint to the industry's cinematic obsession. Ubisoft games may not redefine storytelling, but they excel at delivering pure, engaging gameplay. While not every Ubisoft game is a masterpiece, they serve as a reminder that games don't need to be cinematic experiences to be enjoyable. Sometimes just being fun is enough. So what do you think? Are Ubisoft games underrated, or do they deserve the criticism they get? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to see more like this. Thanks for watching.